Hello everyone, welcome to my bold and the beautiful gossip channel. I hope you're all having an amazing day. Before we dive into today's content, make sure to hit that subscribe button and show some love by giving this video a thumbs up. In Forrester's plan office, Brooke tells Steffi they were talking about Carter's proposition. Steffi says she was simply addressing her dad and granddad about it. Carter asks what they needed to say. In the primary office, Eric tells Edge it feels amusing to need to conflict with the thought of Carter's. Edge says this was unique, this was colossal. They concur it's not appropriate for Forrester. A thump comes at the entryway and Ivy and Elektra come in. They rush over to embrace the two men. Edge can't move past Elektra being grown up. Eric's so cheerful both of them are there. The more Forresters here, the better. Edge comprehends they have a few major thoughts for the Gems line. Eric welcomes Ivy to make her pitch to Edge at this moment. Edge couldn't want anything more than to hear what she needs to say. Ivy asks Edge, despite the fact that your girl previously turned it down. In the plant office, Steffi tells Carter his thoughts are greater and more hazardous than another line. Carter figures everything will work out. Trust thinks his thoughts merit thought. Steffi eyes Trust and advises Carter to be cautious with her. It would make sense if the main explanation she's supporting him is to keep her line alive. Trust gripes about Steffi being hostile. Brooke inquires as to whether she truly figures her girl would stoop so low as to exploit Carter. Steffi says she'll effectively get what she needs. She's Carter's companion and is paying special attention to him. Trust says he's her companion as well. That is the reason he has her help. Carter says he puts stock in expectation for the future since it's great for the organization. Trust rings in that she upholds Carter's proposition since it's really great for the organization. Carter advises Steffi that Forrester needs to develop. Steffi says he knows where she stands. He gets some information about Eric and Edge. Steffi says he can converse with them himself. Carter will show them what he's been really going after. Trust's certain they'll tune in rather than simply closing him down. Steffi squints her eyes and requests a second alone with Trust. In the primary office, Ivy tells Edge she's been portraying since she heard Quinn had left and has drawn up a strategy. He knows the remainder of the story. Edge says Steffi didn't think it was the perfect opportunity to relaunch it. Ivy feels that Steffi turning down the proposition is private. Edge requests to see her portfolio. Subsequent to looking, Edge tells Ivy it's great. Ivy believes that Forrester should have its own one-of-a-kind, unmistakable interpretation of Gems. Edge says it's totally different than what they've had previously. He hands back the portfolio. Ivy lets him know they value his time. Edge figures restarting the line would be savvy. Eric concurs it would be a serious mix-up not to. Ivy and Elektra celebrate. Edge guarantees then he'll converse with Steffi. Eric laughs that this is the means by which you fabricate an inheritance. In the cutting room, Brooke tells Carter the last thing she expected to see today was him half exposed on top of her girl. Carter laughs. That is not the way in which they believed her should figure it out. Brooke cautions that Trust struggled recently. Carter thinks often profoundly about Trust and could never really hurt her. In the event that he didn't figure he could be the man she merits, he'd leave. He goes on that he's constantly respected Trust and a big motivator for she. He records her ascribes. Brooke echoes that she's having an extremely difficult time going once again to her relationship with Liam finishing. She whines that Trust pardoned him various times, yet when she committed an error, he finished their marriage. They examine Trust and Thomas. Brooke thinks she enjoyed his faithfulness, yet couldn't wed him. Presently, Steffi continues to take steps to pull her line, and it's private. Everything is private with Steffi. If he truly needs to be a major part of Trust's life, he can't falter. Carter says she can rest on him, and he won't move. She won't ever need to scrutinize his reliability. I can guarantee you that. In the plant office, Steffi lets Trust know that Carter's abrupt guard of her and her line isn't seeming to be okay. What's the deal with you two? Trust says they're companions and partners. Steffi has consistently regarded Carter's business discernment and senses, yet presently, not really. Trust says this is Carter they're discussing. How frequently have his impulses been off base? She grumbles that he's constantly had enormous thoughts, yet perhaps felt he was unable to share them since they failed to be noticed. Steffi says Carter is constantly heard there. He's important for their loved ones. Trust snaps, then perhaps you ought to have confidence in him. Steffi squints, similar to you. For what reason do you trust in him? She inquires as to whether Trust's faith in Carter is only a ploy to get her line off the slashing block. In the primary office, Brooke and Edge kiss. He advises her there's a ton to contemplate of late. Brooke saw Ivy leaving. Edge says Electra was with her. He checked out at their portfolio, and it's great. He will request that Ivy reboot the adornments line. Brooke thought Steffi nixed it. Edge will converse with her. She inquires as to whether he'll likewise converse with her pretty much every one of the dangers she's making to Trust and her line. Edge says they're not dangers. This is business. You've seen the numbers. Brooke has and lets it out to break, however it will return. Edge trusts in this way, thus does Steffi. Brooke questions on the off chance that Steffi does. Edge raises Trust kissing Finn. Brooke guarantees him it will not repeat. She's not generally intrigued by him. In the plant office, Trust tells Steffi her allegations are unscrupulous. Steffi says that doesn't mean they're false. Trust could never exploit Carter. Steffi calls attention to she exploited her sibling and afterward kissed her better half. She'll take the necessary steps to get what she needs. Trust committed an error and won't ever occur from this point forward. She has no affections for her significant other, and it won't ever occur from this point onward. Carter tunes in at the entryway as Steffi cautions on the off chance that she at any point goes too far with Finn once more. She and her line are finished. Carter blasts, enough. He inquires as to whether she's involving her powers as co-chief to undermine Trust. You reserve no privilege to address her that way. She was inappropriate to kiss Finn. However, she can't utilize her situation to rebuff her. The division harms the organization. Brooke and Trust's commitments over the course of the years are the very things she and her family benefit from. Steffi, looking entertained, says she's constantly urged everybody to share their considerations. However, notwithstanding his sentiments about the choices she makes as president, I'm as yet your chief. A portion of the things he's been doing recently are really sketchy. Him shielding Trust and Brooke isn't making a difference. She says to Trust, "I'm advance notice you. Avoid Finn." She leaves. Carter lets Trust know that off the mark, and he won't represent it. He won't allow anybody to speak condescendingly to her. He'll continuously be there to shield her. Brooke saw Ivy leaving. Ridge says Electra was with her. He looked at their portfolio, and it's really good. He's going to ask Ivy to reboot the jewelry line. Brooke thought Steffi nixed it. Ridge will talk to her. She asked if he'll also talk to her about all the threats she's making to Hope and her line. Ridge says they're not threats. This is business. You've seen the numbers. Brooke has and admits it's a low, but it will bounce back. Ridge hopes so, and so does Steffi. Brooke questions if Steffi does. Ridge brings up Hope kissing Finn. Brooke assures him it won't happen again. She's no longer interested in him. In the design office, Hope tells Steffi her accusations are unethical. Steffi says that doesn't mean they're not true. Hope would never take advantage of Carter. Steffi points out she took advantage of her brother and then kissed her husband. She'll do whatever it takes to get what she wants. Hope made a mistake and it will never happen again. She has no feelings for her husband and it will never happen again. Carter listens at the door as Steffi warns if she ever crosses the line with Finn again, she and her line are done. Carter booms, enough. He asks Steffi if she's using her powers as co-CEO to threaten Hope. You have no right to speak to her that way. She was wrong to kiss Finn, but she can't use her position to punish her. The division hurts the company. Brooke and Hope's contributions over the years are the very things she and her family benefit from. Steffi, looking amused, says she's always encouraged everyone to share their thoughts, but despite his feelings about the decisions she makes as CEO, I'm still your boss. Some of the things he's been doing lately are pretty questionable. Him defending Hope and Brooke isn't helping. She says to Hope, "I'm warning you. Stay away from Finn." She walks out. Carter tells Hope that Steffi's way out of line and he won't stand for it. He won't let anyone talk down to her. He'll always be there to defend her. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe for more updates.